And now here this bitch ass law firm is talking about I was convicted in a courtroom. Well, let me explain this to you free people and to this bitch ass law firm. After my lawyer filed a motion for a jury trial in the circuit court of Montgomery County, they dropped all these charges, dismissed this whole case. So what are you talking about, whore? When you said I was convicted of this disorder, go read the paperwork. I wasn't convicted. I was convicted by a domestic terrorist. Yeah. But once I filed my jury trial, anything past that is non-void, whore. And I'm talking to the law firm. Don't use this law firm, y'all, because it shows you they in cahoots with everybody else. But look at here. Let's go back to this, what he wrote. Tried and convicted of a disorderly conduct in the district court, a terrorist judge. And then they want to say, you saw the video. These are the police body cam footage, which you saw of them in there trying to conspire. Now, let me get this straight. Go back to the video, y'all. If I did something wrong on that day, why was they taking the employee down to get a protected order? They were getting ready to leave. Why didn't you lock me up then? Because I didn't do nothing wrong. Only when I call this neo-Nazi bitch a bitch, he jumped out the car and said, oh, that's disorderly conduct. Y'all gotta, that's the rescue, that's coffee on there. Okay, and then he wants to hide behind, oh, he put down the wrong title. That's what the clerk of the court told me to put down. I didn't do it. She told me to mark something on there, and that's it. Okay, now let's go to this. Then they want to talk about a pattern. This is the pattern of Tacoma Park. If you don't believe me, go to the Langley Park arrest. Same defendant, same Russian bitch. And if you listen to that whole tape, we got to do something about him taping us. So we're going to lock him up. Went to court on that one. They threw that out too. But I want y'all to understand something. Go and read Title 18, U.S. Code Section 23315, and it gives you the definition of a terrorist, a domestic terrorist. And that's what these people are. Anybody that wages war on the supreme law of this country is a domestic terrorist. Okay? The First Amendment gives every citizen a right to record. The 14th Amendment says a government agency cannot change not one word or add one word which is written to the supreme law of this country. I'm going to let y'all read all this, what these clowns wrote while I'm talking. And that's exactly what they did. Okay? These domestic terrorists who are aiding and abetting in these terrorists, Maryland has a section, a law that says every citizen has a right to a jury trial. And as you saw, I followed the demand for a jury trial. Took it to the clerk's office in the district court in Silver Spring, Maryland. And they told me, they stamped it, sent it up to the circuit court sent it back to them, and told me I was a free person is not entitled to a jury trial. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Waging war on the supreme law of this country and the supreme law, well, not the supreme law, but the laws of the state of Maryland. Listen to this shit, y'all. Plaintiffs. Look at this shit right here. The Fourth Circuit, June 3rd, 1996. Plaintiff's disorderly conviction in Montgomery County District Court established probable cause. Well, let me put it this way. If that's the case, what does dismissing all these charges or this claim or this crime, what does that establish? Terrorists? What does establishing Title 18, Section 24, Title 18 U.S. Code 2331 5 establish? That you are a domestic terrorist aiding and abetting in this terrorist act that these two officers engaged in, along with the employees of Enterprise, along with the judge, the state attorney. Listen to this. The committee determined, concluding the existence of the probable cause, regardless of whether the judgment is later reversed. Ain't that some shit, y'all? The judge should have never sat on this case. And once they did that, domestic terrorists, go look at Fruit of the Poison Tree. Go look at that. And I'm going to put it in the description below, the definition and the meaning of the fruit of the poison tree. When you do something wrong, let me give you some advice, domestic terrorist law firm. When they do something wrong, which this judge did, of not letting me have a jury trial, the fruit of the poison tree goes into effect. And he doesn't have immunity because he goes outside the scope of his duties. Same thing with his judgment. No good law is no law at all. I'm pretty sure your professor told you that when you went to law school. Malicious prosecution. Ain't that some shit? So when this law firm writes this foolishness up, I'm gonna let y'all look at it. When this law firm writes this foolishness up, and here's their law license, their federal bar, we're gonna get in touch with them and send this to them and to the bar association. But this is how they work. The fruit of the poison tree is when you go and do something wrong and you're not following the law, everything after that is non-void. Domestic terrorists who's aiding and abetting in this, okay? The police recordings told on themselves. They conspired to commit a criminal act, conspiracy against a citizen's supreme right in this country. Okay? So what you're writing is a bunch of bull. And if the judge goes along with it, so be it. But I want y'all to go look at Title 18 U.S. Code Section 242. And then go read Title 42 U.S. Code Section 1983. Under color of law, this judge denied me a right to a jury trial. He decided he wanted to write his own law from the bench. He listened to the prosecutors who got his ass into this predicament. He is supposed to be the arbitrator of the law, not write law or make law. Only way law can be made is by the legislations. And the legislators have made it very clear of this United States and in Maryland that every citizen in a criminal proceeding has a right to a jury trial if they choose to. I filed a motion. In Maryland, there's a section. You must file it at a certain time before you go to trial, or you can implement it the day. I wrote a motion and sent it to them way before my trial. They denied it. Fruit of the poison tree, bitches. Okay? You get. Let me tell y'all something right now. Wait, I'm gonna go offline for a minute. I don't disrespect nobody until they disrespect me. Okay? Till they disrespect me. The First Amendment gives me freedom of speech. That is a guaranteed right to every citizen in the United States. And we're starting to see that. People are starting to wake up. Look at what's happening on the university campus. We got police out there locking people up for the First Amendment. And if I was them, I would get together and start filing lawsuits against these police departments. They don't know the law. They're just going on rich people instruction. And you know who else did that shit? The Germans. The Germans. Oh, we were just following orders. Let me tell y'all something. If it goes against the supreme law of this country, you're committing a terrorist act on the citizens of the United States. You're committing a terrorist act on the citizens of the United States. Stand by, y'all. Hold on.